Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is C-Rod, and I'm here in my Texans franchise. Let's do this hot opponent, and I'll see you guys in the game. We're in the game, playing the Jets with an X-Factor quarterback. So, get ready for this game, because it's going to be a good one. And this team both teams have a lot of heart. They're both 7-4, and this game can, pick who gets the number 3 or number 4 seed, or even number 1 or 2, depending on how the AFC looks. And so, both teams really want to win. But right now, the Jets are not in the division leader round, because the Bills are in their division. They're doing great, but they're neck and neck with the Bills. Coach Lovie Smith having a conversation with Van, because I don't know the rest of it, because his name's blurred out for some reason. But we start kicking off. Out goes Jonathan Garibay to kick off the ball, and the kick is back, and it's a touchback. And here we are. We will meet this Jets team at the end of, or after this first play, as Blair Regan is enjoying a pretty good season.
Finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
Alright, here we are. Derek Stingley allows an open receiver, but does make sure to wrap up. And here we are. We are going to meet this Jets offense. Alright, so they got Blair Regan and Alan Daly here, which doesn't make sense. They drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same year, and then they drafted another one. Then they have Breece Hall with Michael Carter behind him. At fullback, they have C.J. Ham. They have Marquise Brown as their wide receiver 1, Garrett Wilson. Hugh Gray-Uzama, who's probably not going to really get any playtime. At tight end, it's C.J. Uzama, Tyler Conklin, and Larry Ford. At left tackle, there's Jonah Williams and Josh Jones. At left guard, there's Laken Tomlinson and Torrey Copeland. For center, it's Layan Frank and Kenneth Esmal as his backup. At right guard, it's Elijah Vera-Tucker with Amir Weathersby backing him up, and Mekhi Becton at right tackle, with Max Mitchell as backup right tackle. Alright, here we are. Back into the game. Jets have the ball. It's the first down. Jets, no way they're running, as it's another completion. The Texans have been allowing a lot of completions lately, and have not been playing that good a defense, as Breece Hall gets himself a first down.
20 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on
Texans defense is out here looking really good. Will Anderson gets into the backfield as Antoine Winfield picks off the quarterback, thanks to with the help of Will Anderson getting in there in the quarterback's face. Antoine Winfield takes his ball all the way to the 32 in the Jets territory. After this play here, we will meet the Jets defense, as Van is enjoying a pretty good season. Not the most passing yards, but at least he's doing he's not doing the worst. Start this game off with a run. Let's hand off to Dameon Pierce, who's gonna get 4 yards, and we will meet this Jets defense. Alright, who's developing really well? Carl Lawson, they're starting right end. At defensive tackle, they have Quinnen Williams at 93 overall. And then Malik McDowell. At left outside linebacker, they have Derek Hall. At middle linebacker, they have C.J. Mosley and David Long Jr. At right outside linebacker, they have Trent Simpson. And then at cornerback, they have Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed Jr., Michael Carter the second, Brian Echols, and then at free safety, they have Radarius Hodge, and at strong safety, they have Jordan Whitehead. Alright, we will get you back to your game, as the Texans just gained 4 yards on that last play there, and out comes Van. He takes a snap, rolling out. He's throwing this one to John Mechie and cannot get anything from it. Out come the Texans. Van's out there calling audibles, rolling out of the pocket. He's throwing. This one's caught by Justin Jefferson. It looks like that pass might have not been intended for him because he didn't look ready for it, but he makes a nice catch as the Texans get themselves a first down. Van takes a snap, hands it off to Dameon Pierce, who's going to get forward for about 5 yards. And now the Texans are out here. It's 2nd and 5. Van takes a snap. He's sitting in the pocket. He's throwing this one for Jordan Addison, but it's incomplete, but there looks to be defensive pass interference on the field. And it is. The Texans will accept that and get the ball moved to the 1. Here they are. Van takes a snap, hands it off to Dameon Pierce, who's going to get stuffed short of the end zone. Alright. Van. The Texans offense is lined up out there. The ball's handed off to Dameon Pierce, who gets himself in for Houston Texans touchdown. As Dameon Pierce is excited for this. Out comes Jonathan Garibay. And the kick is up. The kick is no good. The kick is just barely short. Out trots Jonathan Garibay after missing that. He's probably frustrated, even visibly frustrated, as the kick is up, or as he kicks the ball off, and the Jets are going to be starting at the 25-yard line in their own territory. Sean Murphy bunting in there to break that one up from Garrett Wilson. As this one's caught by, I don't know who that is. I can't tell you. I don't know exactly who that is. As this one's a very nice pass across the field to Marquise Brown, as there was only one man, Tony Grimes, to stop him. and Tony Grimes misses the tackle completely. Texans have been missing Sean Murphy Bunting the past few weeks, but they get him back today, and he's already broken up a pass. And out comes a kickoff. And this one's going to Dean Langford, the dangerous return man who gets it at the 2. Ooh, he's cutting out. And he gets all the way up to the 28. He makes a good cut. He just can't take this one all the way. He hasn't been able to do that all year. But, you know, it is what it is. As fans rolling out. He's looking for help. He's throwing to his tight end Dawson Knox, who gets a pretty good amount of yardage there, about 20 yards. And out comes, and then here we go. We're gonna give this one to Damian Pierce, who's gonna get what, like 2 yards? Yeah. Here we are running a screen. And the pass is completed. And Damian Pierce goes nowhere on the screen. If anything, he goes backwards on the PA crosser. And then here we are, we're going to run PA crossers. Jordan Addison makes a catch and gets us the first down, keeps us moving. Van is out there. He's looking, throwing. Jordan Addison makes a catch on Sauce Gardner, who they do not have covering Justin Jefferson all the time. The Texans should really take advantage of that when that happens, as this time they're not covering Justin Jefferson with Ahmad Sauce Gardner, so they're targeting him a lot. Yeah, he's probably the number one look when Ahmad Sauce Gardner isn't covering him. And that one, they're lucky that Texans get to stay on the field. And Damian Pierce is motioning out. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Van looking. Doesn't have anything really, so he goes forward for 3 yards, and that's about all he could do. And the Texans are out there on 3rd and 7. They're looking, Van's looking, he's trying to target Justin Jefferson, who's not going to be able to come down with it. And out trots Jonathan Garibay, who missed his last kicking attempt for the extra point, but he doesn't miss this one. He puts the Texans on top. Jonathan Garibay to kick this one away, as this one's probably going to get kneeled down again. Derek Stingley with a nice tackle for loss there on Breece Hall. And that is the end of your first quarter, with the Texans on top 9-7. And that's a first down for the Jets. CJ Uzama, who makes the catch. And that is Marquise Brown, who is open again. As this time it is not neither of them. I think it's himself in there for a touchdown. This Texans defense needs to tighten up and play better. And they can't be allowing stuff like this, as this one again is going to need to be taken out by Dean Langford. I mean, these Jets are just asking for him to get a kick return touchdown. As out trots the Texans offense. And Dawson Knox makes a nice catch to get down at the 50. Alright. They've got no checkdowns really. Van's looking. He's throwing for Jordan Addison, who can't quite get there. Maybe if he had dove, he would have gotten it. But he didn't try. As Jordan Addison is in press coverage, does not win it. But Dawson Knox is there. And this one almost picked off. But Sauce Gardner cannot get his feet down. And Dameon Pierce makes a reception. It's 4th and 3. Texans ball at the Jets' 44-yard line. We'll see what happens. From here, it will be a 61-yard field goal. They're going to put out Jonathan Garibay, who's got wind, who honestly should be able to drill this. The kick is up. It looks like he's got the leg. He does. He drills it. He makes it 12-14. What a kick. He drills that kick. He probably could have made it from a yard or more back. I mean, they were probably considering punting, but they decided against it. And I think that was a smart choice. I mean, that's a really long kick, but he made it. As Pat Wheeler stops Breece Hall in the backfield. But by, I believe, Miles Jack. As Antoine Winfield jars this one for Ephraim, who I believe is Tyler Conklin. And the Texans are going to get this ball back. Anger is out there for the punt. The punt is a little short, as Kirk Chambers is out there on the return for it, and he jukes out a man for a pretty decent return. Out trots the Texans offense. Van hands it off to Dameon Pierce, who is going to run straight into a tackler. I mean, there is not really any rushing going on in this game. Van hands the ball off to Dameon Pierce, who's going to get back up to the original line of scrimmage. And now the Texans are in a tough spot. They absolutely need this, as it's just going to be a check down to John Mechie, and out trots the punter and the punting team. As this one's a really good punt, and they're going to down him at the 2. An amazing punt. if he didn't dive for that, that probably would have gone in the end zone or stayed at the 1. But I think he'd rather go down. He'd rather have it down at the 2 than give him it at the 20. But that's a beautiful punt. And the Jets are right out of that hole. They already have plenty of breathing room. As Miles Jack stops Breece Hall at the line of scrimmage. As the Texans rush quite a few people and don't get any pressure at all. Tony Grimes gets reception for Jets first down. As Tony Grimes shifts over, can't do anything as Texans pass rush can't do anything. They allow a 3-yard gain. Alright, here we are, 2-minute warning. Texans down 2 points to the Jets, who are up to 14-12, as that play went from a huge loss to a huge gain. And this one's going to be completed again for a touchdown to Garrett Wilson. This Texans defense is not playing good. This Texans defense needs to play good, and they're not playing good. And if they don't tidy it up here soon, their chances of winning this game are going to be gone. I mean, they just allowed a 98-yard drive. I mean, that pass, that should not have even been caught for a touchdown. It should have been wrapped up. And it's just a miscommunication by their defense that should not be happening. And the Texans offense is back on the field, who punted last time they were there, and that punt turned into a touchdown. It's that one nearly intercepted again. Would have been the second, which is now the second near interception we've seen today. And takes a snap. And as Dawson Knox gets knocked over, he was probably looking for Dawson Knox. Can't throw it away, and he gets sacked. Jets take a timeout. Texans do play action. This one's going for Justin Jefferson, and he nearly makes the catch, but instead he drops it, and the Jets get the ball with a decent amount of time on the clock after this punt. Boom, the kick is up. As it's a decent hit, but the Jets are in great scoring range now. They're already nearly in the Texans, on the Texans side of the field. They're nearly in Texans territory. And they've had a bunch of really explosive plays. So this Texans defense needs to make an interception or make a stop, because their offense is not able to go out there and perform well. As Heflin picks it off! What a play! What a play by this Texans defense! Heflin gets his first interception of the year before he gets his first sack of the year, as out trots Van to greet the offense with a big smile on everybody's face out there now, as they get the ball in great field positioning. And Van takes a snap after Damian Pierce is moved out to the outside. Jordan Addison makes a great catch, and out comes the Texans, throwing it up, is Van for John Mechie III, who nearly has it, but he drops it, which is a rare drop for him. This year he's really sprouted. He didn't really do anything his first 2 years, but now he's really starting to do good, and that's a rare drop for him as Van finds Justin Jefferson in the end zone. That's not a rare sight to see. Justin Jefferson with another touchdown this year. That makes it a one-score game. And the kick is up and good. That's a 3-play, 35-yard drive for the Texans following that defensive interception. That was an amazing play for this defense and this team. Alright, out trots the Texan defense as the Jets are making a change to their play and make an adjustment as this one is caught by Tyler Conklin. Not Jack Conklin, his brother. As Jalen Petrie runs in there and runs into Breece Hall. He would have had a sack if Breece Hall wasn't back there. So it's a smart play to keep Breece Hall in the backfield. As Rashawn Gary gets that forced incompletion. It would have been amazing if he had gotten that if he had turned that into a interception, but he couldn't. He wasn't able to. As Kirk Chambers is gonna bring this one up to the 20 on a 1-yard return or so. They're letting him get some more playtime. Now that we're closer to the end of the season, they're trying to let the rookies get in a little bit more because their division is, not as close as I thought it would be. And they're just kind of like the only ones that are doing that good in their division. As Brevin Jordan drops this one. Van passes it to Justin Jefferson, who gets down. 1 second left. The Texans have a shot for a Hail Mary here. Now, will it make it? Who knows? Probably not. But they have a shot. As Van nearly takes a sack. Throws this one. It's caught. Dawson Knox. Just stat padding at this point. As that's a huge gain, but it doesn't even matter because they can't do anything with it because they didn't have any time. Alright, here we are. Second half of the game. Both teams are ready. It's been a really good game so far. As Dean Langford takes the kick and he gets it all the way up to the 28, which is a really good return because anything past the 25 is a great return because we'd get it at the 25 if you let it go. As Damon Pierce is going to get a yard. Not doing great today. As this Texans team is not doing very good with rushing. Well, they're doing better than the Jets, but there it is, another one. Just another 1-yard gain. These teams cannot get anything going on the ground. It's all been through the air, and the Texans have less of it, which would explain why they're winning. But the Texans also have a lot of turnovers, which helps. They've forced a lot of turnovers, and they haven't given up one yet. So they're looking good in that manner. As he takes a big shot. As their return man takes a big shot after that one. As Miles Jack meets Breece Hall after he gains 3 yards here. As that's one of the longest runs of the day. Breece Hall and Dameon Pierce have won. But other than that, there's not really been much rushing. As Garrett Wilson takes a couple hits on this catch. As Marquise Brown gets stopped at the 8. And now it's 1st and goal for the Jets. Oh, Mike Edwards almost gets a sack. But instead he comes up a little short. And he's out of the game now. He doesn't get many opportunities in. And when he does, he tries to make the best of them, but sometimes he can't do anything with it. As Marquise Brown gets a touchdown there. The Houston Texans absolutely need something. They need a touchdown, and even then they won't have the lead even if they get 2 points after it. Alright, out comes the Houston Texans. On 1st down, it's a run with Dameon Pierce, who's going to get the longest run of the day. A 6-yard rush. Dameon Pierce gets the handoff, and he's going to only get 3 yards on that. He tried to make a cutback, and it didn't work out as great as he thought it would. As it's 3rd and 1. Dameon Pierce gets the handoff again. And he'll get it up. A 6-yard gain. Tom Pierce. As Van is looking, he's throwing this one away. This one is handed off to Dameon Pierce. He's going to get himself about a 6-yard gain. Here on 3rd down, we will see the Texans and see what they're doing. Oh, it's a play action pass. Justin Jefferson open through the over the middle. Oh. Van on the play action. Looking for Jordan Addison downfield. This one nearly intercepted. He's gotten really, really lucky. And this pass is completed to Mincy, their big body, pretty big bodied receiver they drafted this year. Doesn't get much play time, doesn't get many targets, but when he's out there, he'll get a target or 2. And this one should be picked off, but instead it's dropped. Out trots Jonathan Garibay to attempt this field goal. The kick is up. It is good. Ooh. Still a lot of game left. As CJ Uzama makes a great catch there. Brees Hall gets a yard barely. And takes a shot on that play. Alright. The Texans were starting to reach that pocket and get to the quarterback as he throws this one for a great, massive gain to Marquise Brown. Fourth quarter. We're down only 6, but we are on defense, which our biggest issue is we allow big plays and then we can't get a stop. We start playing good defense, we're only allowing a couple yards of play, and then we allow a big play. And we can't do that. As we've allowed nearly 400 passing yards here. That just shows you how bad we're really doing. We're into the fourth quarter now. Oh, and it's a strip sack by Miles Jack as Tony Grimes picks it up. He's at the 20, 15, 10, diving his way into the end zone. That puts the Houston Texans right back in this game. It's a tie game, and with this kick, the Houston Texans could take the lead. The kick is up. The kick is good. Your Houston Texans have the lead. They have finally taken the lead for the second time this game. Tony Grimes creates some pressure, but he still completes this one to Garrett Wilson, as Derek Stingley should be called for a horse collar, but isn't going to be, and we won't complain about that. As this one's going to be popped up, targeting Tyler Conklin. Will Anderson with a sack. Sacks him for a 10-yard sack. Makes it 3rd and 20. As this one is going to fall incomplete, as Garrett Wilson cannot hold on through the contact. It runs into another tackler and bounces into a tackle. Out come the Houston Texans offense. Van rolling out, throws it to Justin Jefferson, and this one's gonna fall incomplete. As this one is a handoff to Dameon Pierce, which there hasn't been much of a running game so far today, but Dameon Pierce is the best rusher of the day with 17 carries for 37 yards. There's not really been any rushing today. Van drops back. He's throwing for Justin Jefferson, nearly intercepted. Probably should have been, but Justin Jefferson is able to punch that ball out. As out comes Hallock for this punt. And it's a pretty decent punt, as the return man's going to get about 5 yards on the return. And the Texans defense is right back on the field. As Tyler Conklin makes an amazing catch, staying up somehow, doesn't go down. Somehow he doesn't go down. That could be challengeable, but we're gonna not challenge it because Madden doesn't actually like to realize the mistake that was made. So we're not gonna risk it because we could always use an extra timeout if it's ever needed. As this one is swung out to Breece Hall, who's going to break a tackle. And that's his biggest play all day, and it's not even a rush. His longest run of the day was a 4-yard rush. As the Jets are out here, they're guaranteed to pass. As Regan barely avoids the sack, throwing this one away from Pat Wheeler, right in his face. Antoine Winfield makes a pretty good tackle to make this 3rd down. Regan takes a snap. He's got a collapsing pocket. This one's going to fall incomplete. And out trots the kicker. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the Jets have retaken the lead. The Jets have seemingly had the lead all game. The Texans get a scoop and score. They take the lead, and they make a great stop on defense just for them to have to punt again. As Dean Langford is going to take this one out. He's nearly breaking free for a touchdown. He's been exploding today with those little returns that might not seem like much, but hey, an extra 5-10 yards can help an offense greatly. It can make a huge difference. As John Mechie makes a catch, he's seemingly been dropping a lot of catches today, but he catches that one, which is good. Jordan Addison motioning across the field. It's a handoff to Dameon Pierce, who's going to get forward for a 2-yard rush. As this Jets team is really good with takeaways, but they haven't been able to get any today. As this one, it's a read option, and Dameon Pierce with the huge run today for a huge gain of about 16 yards. As these Jets are going to be trying to strip the ball now, because they want that ball so that they can put this game away with the touchdown. Van throwing. Addison makes a catch, gets him down at the 7. What a play, what a pass, what a catch. I mean, they drafted him when they didn't need help at receiver because they had Brandon Cooks, Justin Jefferson, and Odell Beckham Jr. They traded away 2 of those guys. They kept Justin Jefferson, but they don't have Brandon Cooks or Odell Beckham Jr. because they're both on different teams. as John Mechie gets himself a touchdown. That puts the Houston Texans on top. Jonathan Garibay out for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good. Great drive there by the Texans. As this one's going to be a touchback. No chance at returning this one. As this Texans defense is out there, they need to stop. Garrett Wilson, 5 receptions, 132 yards, and a touchdown today. They sure do need to watch out for him and Marquise Brown, as it looks like Marquise Brown's open, but they're going to target CJ Uzama, and that's going to get broken up by Christian Harris. Miles Jack in the backfield hits the quarterback, but this one's still a completion to Garrett Wilson. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. The Jets are here down 5. They absolutely need a touchdown. They can't take a field goal unless they're going to try and do that and then go for an onside or just trust their defense. But they need a touchdown for the lead. Field goal doesn't really do anything for them, as they're all the way up to midfield about. And Marquise Brown is going to put them at the 35. The Texans are out here needing a turnover or a sack, something big, as Breece Hall makes a reception, gets tackled, inbounds. The Jets are not taking timeouts. They're probably going to try and take a deep shot here, that or just do a bunch of checkdowns, but they're checking down over the middle, and if they keep this up, they're tired now because they're running no huddle. They're not going to be able to keep this up for forever, as this one is a pass. It's caught by Tyler Conklin. Derek Stingley hits him, but can't jar this one free, as Jets are going 4-2. If they don't get this, all the Texans need is a field goal, and Jonathan Garibay is hit from 61 today. He can hit from nearly anywhere, and this one's not going to go anywhere, as that is a sack by Polamalu. And now it's only a 1-point game. All the Texans need is a field goal, and they win this game, as Dean Langford is going to have to return this one. He gets this to the 28. Texans have 34 seconds, all 3 timeouts. Jefferson, who's not going to make the catch. That should have been a catch for him. I mean, he can catch seemingly anything, but he didn't catch that one. As he's throwing, Jordan Addison makes a catch. Timeout. Houston Texans are taking a timeout. It's a 1-point game. Remember, all they need is a field goal, and all they need to do is get to the 40. And anything else they get from there is just extra help for Jonathan Garibay, and they can already make it from the 44. But John Mechie's going to bring them down to the 24 on a huge, huge play. A 20-yard gain. Van takes a snap, hands it off to Dameon Pierce, just looking to gain some extra yards to make this an easier kick. They're going to take a timeout. 14 seconds left in the game. That was also helping to burn down clock a little bit more, as Jonathan Garibay is going to be iced as he goes out there for this field goal try. The kick is up, and it's good! The Houston Texans have taken the lead. 10 seconds left. All they need to do now is come up with a stop on defense And you already know they're gonna make him return this one out because that'll burn clock, and they've seen him taking returns, and he hasn't been that explosive, as he nearly breaks free for a touchdown, but instead only takes it to the 26, as they're going to have to go for a Hail Mary, as they only have one play or a quick check down for 5 yards and a timeout and then one more play. I mean, they probably should have taken that quick check down, but instead they're going to throw this one, and it's picked off by Brian Cook, I believe, or no, Ryan Cook. And that's going to seal the game. Houston Texans win it. 39-37. The Jets go for 2 and wind up not getting it. And even if they had just kicked that extra point, they still wouldn't have won. As your Houston Texans are on top for this week, they've won. I mean, these Houston Texans struggled in the first half, and they struggled in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, it turned into a shootout, and the Texans were just able to score more, and that's the only thing about it. As Regan is upset walking back to the locker room. Let's take a look at these stats. I mean, Van did not have that great of a day. 99.5 passer rating, 305 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.